Hello, it is me, Karina, again, and welcome back to my Amazon FBA channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video really emphasizing, and I broke it out, I made a chart. I'm going to show you a few products of why you have to do Amazon FBA the low risk way with a very small investment, and why you should not be chasing high revenue products. This is still, believe it or not, a very large misconception in Amazon. Sellers oftentimes can be revenue driven because they see the finish line, they see the goal, and it looks like a great chunk of money to be making within your first month of selling or second month of selling, but it is just unrealistic and costs a lot of money to do. And I'm gonna break down exactly why. Hopefully that this really clarifies things, okay? So let's look at this first market right here, which is a baby monitor, okay? And then we're also going to compare that to the second market of aluminum pans. Now these numbers are not perfectly aligned with what I'm talking, but I just pulled up these markets as examples. So let's first look at this baby monitor, right? Obviously you can't sell everything and anything on Amazon. That's not how it works, but this market is clearly doing really well. There are people doing hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of sales, and good for them. When they got in early, they got into this market, things are working out for them. Does that mean you should do this market, right? You see the high revenue, you see they're doing well. That's very great, but can you sell this? If you come out with something similar to this product, can you hit one of these numbers? We're gonna break it down. I'm gonna show you in a second, but before that, let's compare it to the market of aluminum pans. I've brought this market up before, and it's not something worth doing just because of the sourcing issue, but let's just compare the numbers. Right off the bat, you can see that the market is doing much lower. 12,000, 19,000, 21,000, 6,000. This isn't anything revolutionary. However, I think it is, because this type of product can in fact change your life, and you can have a very small income, not even small, but a good substantial income of a few $1,000s a month, and that's pretty good. And by the way, I do teach my students in my private label club and in my program to find these low risk markets. That is the key, and you will see right now. Okay, so why are these high markets bad? What's wrong with getting these sales? Well, let's take a look right here in this kind of little chart I put together, right? Say we're comparing a product of revenue $100,000 versus $10,000 a month of revenue, right? Let's say your average Amazon profit margin is 20%. So this product would be making $20,000 of net profit money in your pocket, and this product will be making $2,000. Now that is a large difference, and of course people tend to like to go after products that are doing high numbers. But here is the mistake, right? Let's just say that these products are the exact selling price of $25 each, and of course to get $100,000 a month it has to sell $4,000, and to sell $10,000 a month worth of revenue you have to sell 400 units, right, versus 4,000 units. And let's say the cost of goods is $5, and I'm gonna include shipping in this just for simplicity purpose. Let's say to manufacture the products and to ship it out from China to your warehouse does cost you $5. So we're on an even playing field when it comes to actually kind of sourcing the products, right? But let's talk about this. The question is, how are you going to rank to the first page? That is the number one question you should be asking yourself when you are looking at markets, no matter what markets it is. And the question is, can I rank, or am I living in an illusion? Okay, so let's just take a look at this market. You already know, if you watch my videos, if you're in one of my programs, if you've done anything, that to start getting sales on Amazon, or to fully capitalize on it and to be one of the top sellers, to be really doing well, you have to somehow end up on the first page. And to do that, you have to match the sales velocity of the other sellers. So let's take a look at this first market, right? How are you going to match hundreds and $1,000s worth of sales? Okay, then on a side note, which I'm not even taking as a big component of this whole thing I'm explaining, is the impossible reviews that are also associated typically with these really high revenue markets. Like, check out the reviews, they're all in the thousands. There's absolutely no way you're ever going to match those reviews. And if you're a seller who has 10 or 12 reviews going into this market while everyone else literally has thousands, no one is going to purchase your product. So that's one obstacle, but I'm not even going to mention that because I'm trying to get a more important point across, and that is the ranking. To rank, you're going to have to match the sales. And I know the sales are kind of all over the place, but they're in the hundreds of thousands. But for the purpose of this video, we are saying that our product is doing 100,000, right? A month. So let's take a look at this one right here. You have to also match the sales. Let's just take a look at the reviews. They're way more manageable, right? 79, 16, couple hundreds, with highest one is 797. That's nothing compared to the hundreds of thousands we've seen there. So this is already automatically easier to rank because of the review count, but also look at the revenue. The revenue is lower, okay? So to get on the first page, you have to match the revenue of the first page sellers. So a lower revenue is easier to match. So let's go back to our chart right here, right? How are you going to rank? Well, this is the big difference too. Not only do you have to order the units that are kind of closer to the range you're going for. So $10,000 a month of sales will mean you have to order 400 units. To sell 100,000, you have to order 4,000 units at $5 each. Let's do the math, right? That is $20,000. Right here, it's $2,000. Now, do you have $20,000 to invest into an uncertain market? And the reason I say it's uncertain is because Amazon is always uncertain. We're never fully sure if it's gonna rank, if it's gonna start selling. We do our research, we do our due diligence, and we hope for the best. So is it going to sell? I don't know, maybe, maybe not. For this chances, your chances are low, okay? So you are spending $20,000 to just try to bobble your head up to the first page, while here you only have to invest $2,000. So that's again a lower, way lower risk way of doing it, right? You're saving an extra $18,000 in a market that you can invest into other products. That's a huge component. But then we also have to talk about the actual rank, because if you launch a product, it's not just going to magically appear on the first page without anything, right? You're gonna start on page invisible, maybe you'll get on page 20, maybe you'll get on page 10. It's just a slow moving process. So you have to give yourself a boost. In markets such as these, you're not gonna get any type of natural boost, right? Right here, you can rank with PPC, pay-per-click ads. So you can kind of begin your advertisements such as these products are doing and slowly, gradually pick up sales. While in this market, it's extremely competitive, advertising spend is much higher probably, and there's just too much competition. So you're going to have to give away your units with giveaways, and that's exactly what I wrote right here. And guess what? You can't just give away 10. You're gonna have to give away a huge chunk of your inventory, such as 2,000 units. That is a lot. That is, by the way, completely for free. You're getting $0 from giving away 2,000 units. And on top of that, they most likely have to be full price giveaways, which means you have to fully absorb the Amazon fees that Amazon charges for shipping out your product and 15%, whatever it is, for the category you're in, because Amazon doesn't like kind of full price or heavily discounted giveaways now. So sellers that have deep pockets and that have a lot of money are doing this with giveaways that are full price. So they're absorbing those costs, but they know that they have a lot of money to spend and they are willing to take on the risk to make the hundreds of thousands. And oftentimes they have ways to get these reviews and get them really high. And if they want anything close to the reviews, they're going to have to give away at least 10 times more to match the number of the reviews they want to get. So unless you know how to do that, which you 100% don't, nor do you have the money to do that, then just don't do it. Conversely, in this market of aluminum pans, this could be ranked with perhaps a few giveaways if you would like, but you also have a very strong chance of ranking for this with PPC and picking up sales by showing up here, maybe on other pages, sponsored product pages, things like that, and your sales will slowly start to pick up. And that brings me to my last point. So sales are slowly picking up here. That's great. Naturally, with PPC, you're getting real customer data, while here, they're not picking up naturally with PPC at all. They're only going to pick up if you do giveaways, right? So we're already here. So this is not with PPC, by the way. The only way to rank, even think about ranking, is with giveaways here. In the aluminum pan market, you can still do well with PPC, okay? So that brings me to my next point, and that is cash flow and reordering your inventory. Say you gave away 2,000 of your inventory and now you're getting traction. Now you only have 2,000 units available, but your demand is 4,000 units a month. So you have to reorder immediately, and you better pray that you don't go out of stock in markets such as this, because you have really no room for error as other sellers kind of compete and will take your spot, because it's just a cutthroat market. So you have to reorder immediately. Another kind of advance in inventory, another 4,000 units, or even 2,000, 4,000. Anyway, that's a lot of money again. So that's another $20,000 that you have to put in immediately without even really getting your Amazon payouts to pay you out, which is every 2 weeks. So that's already half a month. So you don't have the cash flow from any units you actually sold while you were doing your ranking process here, because Amazon takes 2 weeks. So now you have to find another $25,000 or $20,000 from somewhere to reorder so you don't go out of stock. While in this market, you can actually reorder as soon as you start to see sales pick up. And this is what I teach. If you see traction with your PPC, then you know when you can potentially reorder. And the risk is slower because you're actually seeing traction. You're getting real sales. For the PPC dollars you invest, you actually get money back. Your sales start picking up. You reinvest knowing that you're gonna do well. While here, it's still quite uncertain. So I hope that really explains everything, and I'm really trying to drive this home to you, because some people still kind of try to go into these oversaturated markets and it just does not make sense. It's not good. It's not a good financial decision, and the probability of ranking are slim to none. If you want more information about exactly how I teach to do this, then my Into a Milli program is perfect for you. It's going to be linked down below, along with my private label club at theplclub.com. I will see you in my next video.